This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora Templeton, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mikter Rabentau, Anathos Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Alenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celesto Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kylin, Arthur Law, Barry Danderard, Cypop, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Sakuro, Bergie, Fudge, Seffield Cafe, and Gregorium Cartus. Get early access to audio and video versions of the show, including the post-show, by supporting us at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you. Good evening, Eorsians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 421. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rolodes.
Hello. For the first time.
Rollo here in his cave.
I'm in the cave.
But he is here. It is September the 28th, 2024. It has been a little over 12 hours since the live letter aired, live letter 83, and we were going to give you a full rundown and our thoughts on the live letter. Very short live letter, so there will be a post show because why am I saying
because? It was very short.
Because it was very short. I just realized I just said it was a short live letter.
Yeah.
So there's not an Excel episode. We're going to read the 6th chapter of My Heart. No, Near Far Wherever You Are. Wasn't it the 6th?
6th, yeah.
Yeah.
Near Far Wherever You Are.
Yeah.
The Titanic fan fiction, for those of you that haven't been keeping up. There are no questions from the Syndicate because we did get one. But it was after we're done prepping, so that'll be next week. Also, send us Mogmail.
To send them in. Send in questions from the
Send in questions from the Syndicate and send us Mogmail, speakersov.com/Mogmail. We won't be reading any today. It doesn't have to be
anything special. It could be anything from, like, if you were to take Hori Boulder on a date in Eorzea, where would you take him and what would you buy for him? Just simple questions like that.
Yeah. So there you go. Go do that. Also on October 2nd, Spooktober will kick off. It begins again. We will start on Wednesday with God. Am I forgetting it? Still Wakes the Deep. It's the first game that we'll be playing on Wednesday, which is like an oil platform horror game.
Scottish people.
Scottish. So
various kind of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to catch that, and then on Friday. So. I actually don't. We should have probably. We'll put it up on the website, the full schedule, like we usually do. But the Friday game starting next. So not this first week because it hasn't released this first week, but next week, every Friday we'll be playing Silent Hill 2, the remake.
Oh my god, the remake! That's finally here.
Yeah. So yeah, catch that Spooktober. It's happening. It's happening. Okay. That's it. Let's move on. It's time for recent events. There hasn't been much. There hasn't been much happening in the recent events sphere. That's not a thing. There not a lot has happened, but there is always time for some chilling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get the check in the mail. Here's mine.
Yeah. There you go. Rella's $2 check there.
$2.
We are me some pepper packets.
Yeah. We are now accepting pre-orders for new Final Fantasy XIV merchandise. So check out our lineup of new items like a gaming mouse pad featuring the updated job lineup, a keychain featuring Emmett Selleck's crystal, Viper, and Pictomancer job pins, and more. You also get these like little...
And more.
You see it on the screen here, those little portraits. They're like magnets. But it's gotcha. There are two... They cost 80 euros. For 12?
But you get all 12 boxes and they can have any...
Oh, 8.
You
Yeah.
get 8 boxes for that price. They can just be anything within that series.
That's not good.
It's
Stop saying that that's
fantastic.
good. That is not
It's
good.
such
Yeah.
What is
well-designed.
this?
You could get 8 Rionges.
Yeah.
And then you sell the other 7 or trade them with other people.
Yeah, listen, you have your friends all pool in, and then
Yeah.
you trade.
Why even have 2
Something
different
wicked.
sets? Why isn't it all just one big pool
Because then you pay
Because money.
you
yeah,
pay more then.
that's why.
It's-
I mean, I would assume that they were available separately in terms of like when they make these in Japan, they normally make them in series, so they don't make them all at once.
Right, but they were released at the same
But
time.
in this one, for us,
To us, they're being released at the same time.
Oh, so this has been
I don't
out
know
in
if that was
Japan.
the case. I don't know. I'm theorizing.
yeah. And in general, you would go into a shop and you'd buy like 1 box. We only have the privilege of buying like a bulk order of them.
Yeah. Great.
But you know,
Great way
it's been
to
funny.
waste
I've
some
seen
money.
lots of
I
people
suppose.
getting intrigued by the pink crystal and being like, "What's this? What's this for?" It says in the Lodestone post.
It does.
It's
Yeah, it does.
crystal.
Yeah.
It's been funny to watch.
So there you go. Go peruse. I mean, we found there's 2 hoodies in there that aren't really
They're pretty
advertised
cool.
that well, but they look pretty good. It's the Tortoral stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
a fun promotion. I like that.
Yeah.
Not too.
If a little
expensive.
bizarre.
Yes.
And this doesn't include all the TGS exclusive merch that we might talk about at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. True. So there you go. That's some. What is
Cracking
that?
merch.
Is that all of it? Like,
They're the main things for the 14 stuff. There's non-14 new stuff for TGS, and then there's like older stuff that they've added and a few bits and bobs. But
yeah.
they're the ones they're really, pushing for. To
Yeah.
try and purchase all of them.
Did you? No, actually, no. Never mind. I'm wrong.
Okay. Did you?
Okay. Mysterious.
I was looking at the mouse, the Shadowbringers mouse pad, and I was like, "Does that just come out?" Like, no, but it looks terrible, by the way, too.
Okay. There you go.
There's 2 big black bars on the side.
There's a reason why we only get $2 for this shilling. All right. Speaking of toys, infamous 14 Gooner caught in sex toy scandal.
You know, there's a couple of firsts for this channel. I think Gooner being in the headline is.
It was worth it.
We've been like trying to keep it quiet that we're going to talk about this, like since we decided to cover this. It's been very funny. We have to talk about it because this is like
It's intriguing.
It's kind of too funny to not talk about.
It's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's billboard adjacent.
Yes, it is. It is.
A second billboard has hit the community.
Okay, so also I made sure that enough time has passed. We can talk about this for you, the YouTube gods. So it's fine. Well, so how do we even cover this? So
Let's just say it like it is.
so there's a 14 modder out there that does the spicy kind of mods. They decided it would be a great idea to they apparently.
There's a lot of that's
Lovens.
reasons.
We've been trying to figure out how to pronounce the name of this company because you read it but you never say it, right? Lovens, I guess.
Lovens.
Isn't it not Love Sense?
Well, that's what we thought
it
too.
isn't Love
But
Sense.
it is Lovens.
Okay.
They make
This is a fantastic company.
yeah. They make a lot of
Bluetooth sex
interactive
toys
sex toys.
for your partner away from home.
Yeah.
Mailer went on a deep dive on this.
Oh
and
yeah,
I found it so
I
funny.
read a lot of good reviews.
Yeah.
Very funny.
So Lovens apparently reached out to this modder, and the modder was like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" They made an advertisement that well, first of all, you should know. Everyone should know. you do not own the Final Fantasy XIV assets in any way. Like you don't. You're borrowing it. You can't. You know, that's how it is.
Yeah.
They made an ad for their collab. This is a collab between this person and Lovens, and
so this was a very interesting product line because one of its advertised features is that it can interact with content on your computer.
That's the purpose of the device, the company.
Yeah, so like if you were playing, I don't know, some degen Japanese only game that you know for legal reasons can't be released outside of Japan, it would sort of interact with that game.
Yeah. It was sponsorship. Money is there's some sort of official trade-off here going on. Like Lovens is featured prominently in this ad of a
very much so.
So how do we describe the ad? It's like a comic. It's like you know, it has the windows and very extremely graphic. Okay,
Yes.
like
wait, hold on.
Unbelievably graphic. Yeah,
We can read the text. We can just not say the one bad part in it. There's and you'll get the idea.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
All right, so the
I
first
won't have it
panel
open.
is
Go on.
there's a mod beast, of course.
Yeah.
That's too big, by the way. That doesn't fit anyone. It says, "Hey, babe, I got a new gift for you to try out today. You ready? It's the new product from LoveSense. Not only does this function like a premium thing, but with LoveSense new AI sync, your new toy will vibrate to videos of your favorite content creators, hopefully
Like Speakers of
including."
Ireland.
And it's the person who made this. So when you're finally not able to hold back anymore, you can let it all out. Just be sure to think about me while you do. Okay.
Aw, that's nice at the
Echo
end.
really added to
The
that.
Echo made it. The Echo made it. So obviously, not a good idea. And I think people replied pretty much immediately. I was like, "What? Are you insane?"
Insane. It's
I
insane.
It's very
I
insane.
believe Lovens was contacted pretty rapidly by
Yes.
people in the 14 community, and the ad was pulled within an hour.
Yes.
Is what I have read.
Yes. Now, what's extra funny about this whole situation is that this creator, this modder, claimed that the backlash was not what we think it is, because of what we think it is, because of their character. It was because of the appearance of their character. Now, I will say that it is a lot. Okay, if you haven't seen the ad, it is a lot to look at. We could not stop talking about the fact that it's an aura, okay, but the tail comes out of her ass,
That's true.
and
It does. Oh God, no! It doesn't hook up with her scales.
It looks bad. It's not a
it
good
also
advert.
doesn't hook up to her spine, clearly.
no. So there's some
Or if
physical.
it does, it's very indirectly.
It is giving IMVU / Second Life a very much, but it's like I don't even think I've seen anything this.
It looks like shit.
Okay, I am trying to avoid saying that, Mela, but
But it does, though.
it
But
looks.
he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Anything that helps Yoshi P crack down on these sorts of mods is a good thing in my book.
I don't mind what you do to your client.
If they do,
I'll say
well,
this
they're doing
again.
it privately
Whatever you
for
do
most
in
people.
private,
This
you
guy's
can do.
not doing it privately.
This person is not doing it in private, and
Which
is
is
trying to make money off of it.
It's, mod people are gonna do what mod people do.
Yeah,
It's always gonna be an illegal gray area forever. No one.
That's not what we're talking about.
It's not
what we're talking about. We're talking about promoting and selling.
No, that's what I'm saying, though.
Services for a game that has a. I'm talking about why he's in trouble, not what people do. You can do whatever you want, but you'll get in trouble eventually.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is that like the second you start involving money, that's it. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
are
it.
a
It's
prime
over.
target, and especially sex too. Like
Yeah.
a sexual content and make that.
Square Enix is not gonna go after people that mod normally. I think that's never gonna happen unless, again,
But it is.
money
I
is
mean,
involved.
it is against the terms of service still. It's not a grey area, particularly with mods.
It's not grey. It's literally lined
It's
out
just not
in the terms of
enforced.
service. But
Yeah.
they don't. It's impossible to enforce. So
But it's.
do whatever you
It's
want
certainly
with
is.
your game. You know, as long as it doesn't.
Well, no. Officially, we would say don't follow. We'd say follow the terms of service.
Follow the terms of service.
Maybe don't buy the love sense.
Don't buy the love ends.
Well, or if you want to, but don't do it for this reason.
Don't. Well, yeah.
Well, if you do,
wait,
use it for us though.
Yeah, for us it's fine. Don't buy it because you.
This
were
is
advertised
difficult to
through this.
talk about, like that specific part, because we can't officially condone mods. But
No, we certainly
Said
don't.
don't worry, don't at all.
but you do whatever.
We don't condone them.
We don't. Speakers Network does not condone that.
Don't hurt anyone.
Don't hurt anyone.
That's awesome.
Also, very funny ad though. It is very hard to find now.
Oh, it's the
But
funniest.
I would
It's-
recommend finding it if you can, because
Yeah.
that is
Well,
crazy.
I'd recommend finding it if you're not adverse to explicit content.
Oh yeah, be very aware that
very
it is
explicit.
very explicit.
It's the size of a dude's arm.
There
That's
are
two globes.
there are titas and pinus visible.
Put that in the thumbnail.
It's a risk.
What if? Okay, here's a crazy idea. What if we you know how people always do? Is this loss? What if we do that with the cartoon in the thumbnail, but it's just we're not showing anything. It's just our characters doing things that make it look like that like that ad.
No. God, what that's
Sounds
a
like
lot
a
of
lot of
effort.
effort.
Are you gonna G-pose our characters that long?
No, I can't do that. It's too much. No one's gonna get it either. This is like such a small
No.
story that by the time this video's out, I'm
And
like,
it's
what the
also-
fuck does that mean?
It's also a waste of thumbnail real estate on a live letter podcast.
That's also true. It's
true.
very. Oh God, that's right. We have a live letter to get to. Okay. Well, anyway, this is just funny. It's over. No real drama came of it because it was pulled so quickly. I just thought it was funny that they were trying to backpedal, saying it's because of my character. Dude, it was not. It was not your character. It was everything else.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's because of your character?
I think they were
Well,
trying
what
to
does
say that
mean?
because
I don't
people
know
made fun of
what-
their character. I think it was what the. That's why it was pulled.
That, to be fair, that's,
Oh, I wonder why.
Rightly so.
I mean, you do you. Love what you love.
You love what you
but,
love.
You know, when you're seeing stuff that big, you might get at least a little bit judged. You know, just like nothing wrong with it.
When you're putting shit out there, people will judge you. That's how it is.
When you're excreting your tail, people will start to make questions.
No. Okay, moving on from this story,
Thank you.
I'll just
Moving
remind
on.
you that you can send in mogmail at speakersoftheview.com/mogmail. We'll be reading it next week, but not today because we have to get through the live letter. So please do.
Send us your live letter mogmails for next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to switch to another screen here, but live letter 83.
LXXXIII.
Yeah, that's right.
My favorite.
Was live today. We are. Oh God. There we go. We have the slides, so we're gonna go through it together. First thing that we saw was the artwork. And we got the date, mid-November 2024. Crossroads is the name of this patch 7.1.
Yeah. Odd name.
It is an
Well, it's a
odd
reference
name.
to 11, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about this 11 shit. You gotta tell us about it.
So
Yeah.
on
and
the
shit's the operative.
yeah, okay.
You agreed because you don't think.
There's 2 11 references in this picture. We can start with the non-11 ones. We have Reen in the top. We have
Possibly fused Reen,
Yeah, it's like
Possibly.
It could be Reen Gaia.
yeah.
black.
Raya, or Geen.
The Cloud of Darkness in the bottom, which was very surprising, but that will make sense soon. And then Bakul Jaja.
Which also won't really make sense until the MSQ.
Yeah.
I love that he's fighting this.
It looks like he's fighting Prish, which is strange.
Yeah.
Baku Jaja will be the protagonist of the raid series.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen people talk about this. It wouldn't be that strange if they decided to include Mamulja in the 11 storyline, because that's where Mamulja originated. It would be a nice connection between the two worlds.
What if it goes deeper than that, and we find out that the Mamulja in our world did come from the 11th reflection only?
Well, that would be amazing. If
and
they
Bakul Jaja's like going home to like learn about his people.
Yeah.
Black and white moment.
Black and white moment. There it is. Yeah. So the obviously the Shadow Lord, top right. We've seen him.
So he's a what are they called? Galkas.
He's a Galka. He's the what's the word?
He's big. He's a big Galka.
Well, he's like
Is he even like?
He carries the memory. Oh God, don't ask me about like 11 lore is so difficult.
He carries the chains of Promethea.
1.0, man. Tell us about the other game.
11 is not a 1.0. He's a tailkeeper. That's it.
Tailkeeper. Oh.
He was the main antagonist in 11. Like the base 11. This is the main baddie. And then there's a lot of lore that I'm sure they're going to explain. I hope so in this raid, probably in the quest surrounding it.
Well, will they, or could they do what they did with Ivalice and really fuck it up for fun? Can I say about this artwork for this upcoming patch? I find it very disjointed compared to previous artwork because it feels like it's a bunch of separate assets that have been put together in one poster that don't necessarily connect to each other.
Yeah.
It feels like a photo bash, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do also kind of miss the full screen artwork. Like, I know that we're doing this for social media now. Like, that's why they're like vertical art and posters, I guess. But I don't know. I kind of miss the full. Yeah. They're all like this now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a pillar of people. I like to call them. Yeah, the patch name is interesting as well.
Weird.
Yeah, none of the main girls are really that connected. Each expansion is separate. So 11's story we've talked about before is very different from how 14 functions. You've seen some of it actually when we've played 11 before, but we'll talk about 11 later. Okay, so
oh no!
Oh, this was so funny. When I saw this, I knew people were fucking screaming.
Yeah,
like I heard the echoes across the planet. It was so satisfying.
Fucking hate Graha here.
Yeah, fuck him. So yeah, they obviously promise more main scenario.
Obviously.
We see Kona.
This means nothing.
Graha.
This could be literally a screenshot from the end of Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Then we saw a picture of.
This is more like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And there obviously we have already expected.
Don't say R. This is the future tyrant of Solution 9.
Tyrant of Solution 9.
He's gonna ruin the world.
You can also see Graha still in the background here. So Graha's probably going to be quite prominent in this patch.
God,
it seems.
I hate it when they have this one NPC who's like always there in every cutscene. Always Graha.
Yeah, and Kryl. And then we see. Yeah.
This is the interesting screenshot.
He mentioned.
He's powered down though. He's not like glowing. It's interesting.
Yeah, Yoshi said that this was going to show more of his backstory. They've got a lot of feedback that people wanted to know more about Sorolja, and that's what we're getting this MSQ. This is obviously an Echo flashback. You can tell by the
the sepia filter.
Yeah.
Very quick to act on that feedback, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they had always intended to expand them anyway.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, remember that the whole storyline is the entire patch cycle too.
Yeah.
Oh.
A shout out, by the way, to the future commenters that are going to give us the essays in chat or in the comment section of this video. Hello. I'm not going to read any of it.
Direct them in the garbage. I'm so tired.
It's their personality, Rollo. Okay, so that's it. We're getting new MSQ. Looking forward to seeing more of that. Seeing where it goes politically. Okay, moving on.
Yay!
Pelu Pelu is
My
the new
favorite people.
Allied Society quest.
Combat Allied Society quest.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense for it. Well, actually, in some ways it does, because they wouldn't do that. So I guess you're like similarly to how role quests work, in that you're a tank for a healer usually, or you know, a caster for a tank or whatever.
Yeah.
You're there to supplement them. Why are they blue?
I don't know.
There's always one.
Pelu means something, because the pink Pelu was different than the red Pelu.
Yeah, there's always a uniquely colored mob or an NPC for these quests or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I liked the old days where there was always the good tribe and the evil tribe.
What a fucked up.
It was
A
funny.
little bit of a throwback for that with the Yokhoi.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If they're one of the tribes, then or the societies, then we'll have a bit of that.
I don't think we'll get the Yokhoi just because I think they're in the same zone as the Pelu Pelu.
Oh, that's
Yeah, true.
we can't get the Hanu again. We've already got the Vanu.
But it's possible the Pelu Pelu will be Cosmo Uka because this cutscene is in Cosmo Uka.
That's
Oh, yeah.
true as well.
True.
I mean, they're
But then it makes
nomads,
me wonder what will happen with the Moblins.
Yeah.
Moblins,
I think the quest
we
could
never
just-
had goblins, so Moblins could work.
I think the
They
quest
would
could
be
just take you here
crafters.
too.
That's what I'm thinking as well, Rollo. I'm just like throwing out things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would be the gatherers if the Moblins are crafters and these are the battles?
I don't know, but I was always thinking that the Mamuljar would be the other one just because it's another tribe or allied society that we have never had a quest line with.
Maybe we gather things to help them rebuild their messed up world.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Yokhoi will go back to Shaloni and then we'll have a quest line up there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Building
possible.
a shrine for the Great Serpent.
Yeah, so that's Allied Society quests, and then our new custom delivery NPC.
Try saying this.
Nito Wikwe?
Nito
No, I wasn't
Wikwe?
asking you, Rollo, but that's probably correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the wife,
Wikwe.
as I remember her.
Yeah, the wife.
Yeah, the wife. This might not have been the expected NPC said for custom deliveries, because I didn't really have anyone in mind for custom deliveries. It could be anyone, and it was her.
No. But the positive of this is she's in Shaloni. And
Yeah.
that means that we're unlikely to get Tintin involved at any point. So we can say goodbye to Tintin.
No.
Can say goodbye to him for now. He might be back. He might be a
have-
custom delivery NPC in the future.
I love the
There have
cow.
been zones that have had more than one custom delivery NPC in
Go
them.
away, Tintin.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also, he might even pop up in this custom delivery quest line.
yeah.
Don't
That's
say
true.
that.
That's true. But don't worry, he won't be voiced, Mela. You'll never hear his voice again
That's
if
true,
he gets
yeah,
locked
thank
into
God.
this.
That's
Okay. There's also more role quests, which made me remember that I haven't done them all. So
Yes, same.
go finish that up, because the additional role quest will only be available, of course, if you have finished the others. So go do that.
Spoiler, they're not super great.
They're
sadly.
not great. No.
They're not very long. Some
I
of them
think-
are okay so far.
Some of them are better than others. The quality is quite variable between the 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's they're all right at the least, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does she have a little
Mushroom.
bun there?
A little
Maybe
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
find
She has a
out.
little mushroom. Yeah.
Mushroom man and worm man.
Yeah. And then
We'll find out.
there's this picture of some characters lined up.
Oh, these are mostly the NPCs you help throughout the role quests.
Yeah. There they are.
And
Just
the
lined
wild
up for
light,
some reason.
Random ass people.
Okay. And then there's
Aw.
additional Wachimeki quests as well. They said that this was going to be considered the end or the finale for the business district. So
Yeah.
that's
I don't think
good to
I've
know.
actually done a single Wachimeki quest line.
They're really good, actually.
They
I think I've just completely forgotten about them, and now I'm thinking, God, I only have like a few crafters still to level.
I've done the culinarian one, or the / alchemist one, which is quite
I like the culinarian alchemist one.
making a drink.
The lady who's writing the lore, I forgot. I think she's like woodworking and or carpenter or something. I don't know. Weaving, but hers really good too about like writing stuff down. It was really nice.
Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't mean to go. Okay, I seem to have missed a slide, but there was
Nashu
a
jump scare.
Yeah, the Nashu.
Nashu Makaraka's hair, and she's into
Hildebrand confirmed, of course.
Yay.
Coming back. This is the what was it?
Inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures.
That's it.
which is
We're
fair.
running out of adjectives. Come on.
Yeah. This is the
There is never an end of adjectives, don't you worry.
this is an introduction sort of quest to
It won't be very
to the
good.
Dawn Trail
It'll
storyline
be,
of Hildy.
It'll be super short, probably, and super like.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hildebrand doesn't appear in this. They
Possibly.
didn't show any screenshots with Hildebrand in them.
No, they only showed these
there's
two.
a mysterious person's hand grabbing a bomb,
Yeah,
and that's all we.
probably putting out the fuse maybe of the bomb. Who knows? But there you go. That's it. We did notice that they clearly haven't gotten to Nashu's 1.0 outfit for the graphical update. So that looks a little off. But
That might change. Who knows?
who knows? Maybe. So yeah, 7.1 he said is a sort of prologue was the word for the Dawn Trail version of Hildy. But it will show the direction that they're going. So that'll be good, probably. Probably not this first quest though. I feel like this quest is just going to be like setting the
intro.
setting
It'll
the stage.
be like, wow, what are you doing here?
There is. Didn't we mention it when we were covering it live? That I mean, there is a big bridge between.
There is a big bridge.
You know, there is a big bridge
North
in
and South Tyrol.
Yeah, so maybe we're getting another battle on a very big bridge, on the biggest bridge. Okay, they also said that this is kind of, we know this already, but I brought this slide up because you can see the full artwork. Remember when they had to like censor, or like they actually just removed it from the artwork,
They removed
the
it,
dome.
Well, first they had it as blurry.
Yeah.
And then they removed it.
Yeah. But now here it is in all its glory. Yeah, so New Game Plus support for 7.0, as expected, I suppose. And that applies to the MSQ, Job Quest, and Role Quests.
Nice and quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when they've decided to ruin the game.
Bad news,
sadly.
everybody.
Oh,
Bad
Bad
news.
news for people who enjoy the dungeons in this game.
brace. We were always, I was always lamenting the fact that duty support sort of removed the uniqueness of some of the older dungeons because they changed boss mechanics, they changed actual just dungeon mechanics as well, just to facilitate duty support. But we always had this comfort that, you know, at least the non-optional dungeons could remain. You know, they will remain because they're optional.
You mean the optional?
Sorry, the optional dungeons will remain. That is about to change because non-main scenario quest dungeons will now be implemented for duty support, which is a bit sad, I think.
Neverreap will be ruined.
Yeah.
It's over,
No,
guys.
Neverreap will be improved. Neverreap was the
Neverreap-
exact
That's
one
true.
I was
How dare
talking
you?
about.
That's-
No, the Twisters should be there.
I will cry no
agree with you,
tears.
Rollo.
I will no cry no tears for
We
Never.
should have to find the totem in the darkness or whatever.
No.
Or the thing in the darkness. and
Never
the-
reap. They can destroy for all I care.
No. Neverreap's
Oh.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not expecting any massive changes to Halotali, and I don't think there's any mechanics in it that I particularly will be missing should
No.
they change them.
Halotal is pretty simple, which is why I think that's the first dungeon to be added in
The
7.1.
last boss won't have the wall breaking mechanic anymore.
Just so we understand
Wall-breaking mechanic.
Or is that a different?
wall break.
Oh no, sorry. The it won't have the Noxions or whatever who go into the middle of the brazier.
Oh,
Explode.
the last boss.
Whatever. They'll. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the-
but actually, the first boss has it too.
Yeah, the first boss has it too. Yeah, that's true.
I remember that.
He mentioned specifically that it might take 10 years to do. So they're probably going to do like one dungeon per patch or every other patch. Who knows?
10 years.
He says it will take maybe 10 years. He says
I would think
Aurum
that this
Vale.
is a much lower priority.
Yeah, he says Aurum
Yeah.
Vale question mark maybe one day. That's because that one's going to be a
start
rough.
this if you can't?
Well, you know what? I do hope all those fucking hard mode dungeons from A Realm Reborn are all changed. I hate all of them. Every single one of them.
Wow, that's.
I would need to think about that, but I don't necessarily think it's true.
Brayflock's hard.
I like Brayflock's Hard.
Brayflock's Hard is
like
like such a
Brayflock's
quick
hard.
dungeon.
I hate it though. I hate
Oh
it.
my
You could
God.
pull that in like 15 minutes.
I think you're just.
The only one I'm like, oh, this is dope. Don't change it. Is Pharaoh Serious. Normal and hard.
Well, that's not a hard move.
Wow, this guy's crazy.
You have this. You have takes.
Brayflock's
You got some takes
Brayflock's
every now.
hard can be cleared in less than 10 minutes, possibly even less than 8.
But doesn't mean it's good.
It is quite fun. I like the last boss.
It blows. I
Spinning.
hate that dungeon.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Mela did mention that Halatali is already. You can already run it with squadrons. So you know
A lot of them. Most of the leveling optionally dungeons that aren't MSQ.
you can do.
be done with
Can you do
squadrons.
Aurum Vale with squadrons too?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so. It goes
I
up
don't
to
believe
about there.
You can do Aurum Vale and you can do Zamile, but I don't think you can do Khan. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't
Oh,
think
that's
that's
possible.
available to
Don't think
squadrons.
I don't think
Khan's
so,
on
no.
there either, no.
So
It's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
select amount of dungeons.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
It
think
has
it-
about 10 maybe.
And it really mattered for squadrons though, because they had like super inflated HP
Yeah.
and damage. So like they can just kind of walk through anything. It didn't matter.
Because
But
they're too stupid to do anything else. Like they just like follow you around and then they
They-
do like a
yeah.
basic
They-
rotation.
They were not programmed to anywhere near the complexity as modern trusts.
yeah,
No.
they
No, but they can tank and they can DPS. Unfortunately, Cecily can't hit.
Right.
get rid of her.
So
Get rid of Cecily from the game, please, actually.
yeah. It is happening. I mean, I will say I don't mind duty support in MSQ dungeons because now dungeons are designed with it in mind. It's just
MSQ's fine,
yeah.
but, you know,
I mean, it's been so long anyway too. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
in some
when is
respects, no, but it's
when was
just
the
a
last
tough
time I
bit
was
of it.
in Aurum Vale? A very long
Well,
time
yeah.
ago. At this point, it's fine. I've had my fun in Aurum Vale, and I've had my fun in Halatali. Not so much actually. Halatali's never been fun. I've never had fun in
Nice.
Halatali. Okay, so there you go. That's duty support. Then there's an update
This was
to
big.
Hall of the
Yeah,
Novice.
this is big.
This is something that we've been asking for a long time, and
Yeah.
now it's
You mentioned
happening.
Apparently he
specifically
said
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, he said that it was particularly the Western fan base that requested this.
yeah. So training for specific battle mechanics will be added. So we can just immediately show you an example. A stack marker. They showed a stack marker. Finally, they can learn how to do that instead of running away with it, which is, I think,
I mean, I don't blame them. It does look very big and very scary.
does
and
look
you never see
scary.
It's
anywhere
got
else.
4 arrows pointing inwards.
yeah, but it could mean like incoming splash damage. You know,
Yeah.
like it might be.
And-
Who knows? You know, we know it
You've
because
never
we know.
seen anywhere else.
And then also they show splash. They teach them stack and splash, or stack and spread, if you will. They also show this, which I've always thought this is a weird looking one, but now that it's like a still image, I can't get over the fact that like rectangle or square looks like an N64 like sprite.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Like a Donkey Kong Country platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a 64.
Yeah. So yeah, this is great stuff though for new players. They can learn how.
Yeah.
And,
markers work.
Quite a lot of old players, apparently.
Yes.
Yoshi P particularly highlighted with this one that like this is a mechanic that a lot of people don't necessarily understand if they're not tanks because they
Yeah.
just know they have to run away.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah.
really
No.
understand how it works.
Mhm.
They don't know it's a cleave. Or
Yeah.
not
Well,
cleave,
it's multiple
Cleave
things
or a
with the
line.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beam or a cleave.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's already awkward enough to have 2 mechanics with the same
True.
marker.
True. He also specifically mentioned towers as well, which is another mechanic.
Which is important.
Yeah.
I hope there's also the runaway mechanics, like the ones that show the proximity.
I like the proximity one, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they also show a few different tower types, like one that requires, multiple people in.
Yeah.
Because people seem to ignore them sometimes.
I feel like they're not going to show that because I want to think they'll want people to learn that in the Great Google Library, but we'll see.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I don't think it appears before Great Google.
No,
right.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's lots of 24 ments and stuff with it in that would ignore.
Yeah. In the at the end of this, there will also be like a graduation exam.
Which every player
test.
should have to take, but
mandatory.
It's not. I wish it was mandatory.
Every player who has not played at least a month, you have to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
At least once.
If you have the returning player thing, it should teleport you here, and you have to go through this.
Yeah. Okay, and then they're moving on from Hall of the Novice. There's big PvP updates. There are going to be extensive updates to PvP action, execution, and hit detection. So they didn't want to nerf. He specifically said there's not going to be any nerfs or anything because they're going to release the ultimate as well. So they don't want to fuck anything up before that. So none of that. Yeah.
So you're talking about PvE now?
Yeah. He said that in the same sense. He said specifically there will be PvE job balance changes. Sorry, yes, for 7.1 that I won't be going into detail today. So that's why we're only seeing PvP changes. But we're trying to not nerf anything, especially with Ultimate in mind. So there you go. There will be and buff jobs within roles where needed. So there you go. More on that in the next live letter. So you're only getting PvP updates in this live letter. So yeah, so that's something they're changing, updating. Specifically, he said, didn't he talk about the shield stuff, or is that later?
Well, is it later? Well, he talked about how, as it feels now, a lot of the time you might feel like you say I shielded that when the game doesn't account for it, because the effects of the skills would activate as soon as the button was pressed on the other player's end.
Yeah.
Whereas now they want to apply those effects when the skill actually hits.
Yes.
So like when a warrior dives in and jumps on you, the effect of that will not take effect until they land on top of you rather than as soon as they activated the skill.
Yeah, so you'll see them come towards you and you'll have time to push your shield button and it'll stop them. So that's a good update. Very important update, I think, for PvP. Makes it more fun, I think. They also they're adding new PvP. They're adjusting and adding new PvP job actions, except for Viper and Picto. Those two are not getting because they're new jobs, so they already have all the new.
But a whole new
stuff.
job action for everyone else.
Yeah,
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
and generic changes to the jobs as well, so some will play quite different.
Yes.
Yes, he highlighted that Black Mage and PvP will play quite differently to how it does right now.
Yes.
Same damage output, but no cast.
Surprised he still cares about Black Mage. That was all about Picto now, huh?
He's gonna don't worry about it. He's gonna quite gently nerf Pictomancer into the ground again. So
he's done. I'm done playing with you.
Yeah. There's something here that was sort of like brushed aside a little as he moved on, but there are big updates planned for Frontline. That's not until 7.2, but he did say there's big updates for Frontline being prepared, and this is prep for that specifically. So God knows what that means, but
hopefully a new arena.
Maybe a new arena, but maybe
or a game mode.
They've said many times that Frontline is not working as they want it to work. Like they're not satisfied with how Frontline works.
It's not very good.
So
it's because the PvP skills are currently built around crystalline conflicts, and those skills aren't necessarily designed to work with the Zerg rush that is Frontline.
Yeah,
you can stun lock too easily, even in crystalline conflicts, let alone in Frontline. So you can easily just Zerg.
It's also like there's a mention on the slide. It says Rival Wings, but it didn't really say anything about Rival Wings. Rival Wings just exists. Astragalus what?
Don't worry, it's coming back.
Never heard of
Okay, and then we got a preview of a new dungeon that's coming in 7.1. They struggled with this name. Uewata Field Station. Oh, sorry, there's an A. Uewata Field Station. Looks like it's in Heritage Found or in that kind of area. Looks like there's a lot of lightning and stuff going on in the sky.
I can understand why they struggled with this, because there's a particular character combination in here that doesn't really exist in Japanese outside of borrowed words from other languages. So it would be awkward for them to say the wet part of Uewata is not a common thing that would occur in Japanese. As regarding the name, the fact that it has a Terali name suggests that this didn't exist before the merge between the Ninth or Alexandria and the Source.
Yeah, which I mean makes sense when you look at the structures as well. I mean this is electrope structures, it seems. So there you go. That's there's some pictures. There's this.
This is a bit weird.
Like medical building kind of looking thing. He did specifically say that the glass breaking mechanic.
When you can see through glass, it generally means it's going to break.
Yeah.
I love this Resident Evil fucking blood spatters on the wall.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the really high ceilings to complement the curtains that go halfway up the length of the room.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So there you go. He didn't really say much. He said that the bosses are going to be very engaging, which is good. They're following the pattern from base Dawn Trail, I hope. So we're going to get interesting boss mechanics.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is where we find out how Zeraljar got all of his electrope augmentations.
Yeah. Okay. Then, oh god, it's so bright. Echoes of Vanadil
Boomer
time.
game.
Yeah, Boomer game. They have started doing play tests, the internal test runs. He has done it now. He's played through it with 24 people. I really like this art. This is this is Amano. Yeah, it is just classic Amano art, made specifically for this. They showed this picture, and when I first saw this picture, I thought it was a screenshot from 11, but this is Juno.
That's like the big town, isn't it? Like the main hub?
Oh, it's a big town.
It is kind of a main. Yeah, it's a main hub. But
it's where you go and hang out.
Explain what Juno is for people that don't understand.
Yeah, what Juno?
You can explain it relatively unspoilery.
It's like it's how do I explain it? It's like it's the end. What is the end game hub for A Realm Reborn? Mordona, but it's better than that. It's more like it's the end game hub. It's where you go. It's where you go at the end. It connects to pretty much all the other parts of the world.
Maybe Solution 9.
Yeah, Solution 9. It's the Solution 9 of 11, if you will. It's a very cool design. If you find a picture of what Juno actually looks like, it's a Grand Duchy. Can I get a picture? Can I do old man picture of Juno? Is there? Yeah, this is the artwork. It's the
best place to get a license to ride a chocobo.
Right.
Which we still don't have, Mela.
No, we do.
Oh, we do?
There is like a 1.0 link here, because
I don't know actually now.
When Ishgard was visible in 1.0, a lot of people thought it would be like the 14th version of Juno, because Juno is sort of like connected by bridges, and it's like really far away from like the mainland. That's sort
of 3 bridges. You said 3 bridges, 3 parts to the raid series.
Oh, there it is. I could have sworn. I mean, this wasn't a great artwork. I don't have time to look for all this artwork, but There you go. That's Juno. Important city in 11. I mean, this is.
Do you think this is part of the
city.
raid series, though, or do you think this is like a mini zone we get to go to prior to entering the raid?
No, I think this looks like it's.
Kind of like the Phantom Zone or whatever.
Yeah, exactly like that.
It's empty though. Like there's no one here.
Well, they might have removed the people for this screenshot to not spoil it.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of zones where they remove the people for the screenshots before they show them to us.
It's just this looks very conveniently made. Like it looks like where you run in one direction here. Like this is.
Well, that's
dungeon.
kind of like 11's design. Anyway.
Well, that's
very on Rails experience.
Oh, that means,
That
well,
is-
it looks like an 11, right?
I
It's a
would
1-1.
argue the opposite. I think isn't that why you hate it so much?
Because the camera controls the shit.
That's true. Okay, so that's Juno. Was there another picture?
I'm excited to learn. There was there was
It's-
also the Shadow Lord's little throne roomy type thing.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, so
the raid, the part of it, the first part is called Juno the First Walk. So I don't know what that is in reference. Is that in? I don't know what that is in reference to. The First Walk. That might just be something unique for the storyline. This, however,
that's more like it.
makes it very clear who we're going to fight here. I said was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, you called what the boss would be.
Yeah, it's the Archangels for sure, I think. This is... Well, there's a few things. So they could be the Archangels, but it could also be the two Sylarts that summoned them in the story. I forget their names. I was trying to remember it earlier. Two people. They're two people. They're like the ancients of 11. So there you go. That's 7. Sorry, 7. That's the 11 raid. We'll see what happens. I think the Shadow Lord will be probably the last boss. But
Of the first raid or the whole
of the
series?
whole series, I would assume the Shadow Lord is the build up at the end.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They made a particular point at this that is more specific to the Japanese community or player base, but in the Japanese version of 11, they only had alphanumeric characters. They didn't have Japanese characters, and they're planning on holding that over for the 11 raid in Japan. So rather than have the names in Japanese, they will still be in English.
Yeah.
Good on them. Good luck, Japanese. Ailed Nash and Kamlanu.
I will say this, that if the story, I don't know how grand the story is going to be, like how much of the story we're going. I mean, potentially the last boss. I mean, maybe Shadow Lord is the first boss here, so they've blown the load on him here. That's possible. That we're doing like the Archangels is just part of the, one of the other bosses of this first part. We could end up fighting like Promathia, like the Zodiac, if you will, of 11. But I don't know. Who knows? We won't. I need to like see the story play out first before I know what we're doing. Because is this even real? Are we just getting a retelling of 11's story? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, moving on. To the Minstrel's Ballad, Sven's Burden. So extreme version of the final fight.
Well,
I'm very excited about this.
It was a good fight, so I'm excited to see more of it.
Yeah. Not much to say about that.
He showed a picture of the arena with some of the changes we'll see and how we'll have to position ourselves on the different slices and the bridges will disappear.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be all right. Sure it'll be cool.
They also showed...
I guess we can switch raid night to that, maybe.
That requires a lot of... Okay.
Yeah, sure. Then the Jade Stoa, Unreal. That's the new one. You can fight Byako in Unreal.
Do you think it will have... did they remove that from the Extreme already? The dropping thing?
No.
It was still in the Extreme, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what people
Yeah.
fucking
Do you think
hated
it will be in this one as well then?
Absolutely.
Yes, not going to remove it.
No.
Do you think they'll make it any more fun than it? Because it basically didn't change in the Extreme.
No, I mean it's just gonna be exactly the same, just a level 100.
Yeah.
It's why I'm surprised they chose to bring back Byakko, to be honest. I'm surprised.
It wasn't a very memorable fight.
No.
Really?
I think it was.
Only
No,
for that bit. I don't think it was that impressive.
Oh, this was the first time we saw the balls. That was like a really big thing.
Pretty iconic.
The balls was cool at the time, but
But it was also infamously very annoying for people that were farming it. I remember that. The outrage for the fact that they had to go through that every time. Yeah, whatever. It's an okay. Yeah, it's.
I mean, we
iconic.
never do Unreals anymore.
No.
Unreal system is trash anyway because they remove all the old ones every time.
That is true. I don't like how they do that.
It's bad design.
Now this is exciting. New battle content.
This is
Whoa!
This is what
War
we.
game.
This is what we talked about a couple of episodes ago. The Chaotic Alliance raid. This is Savage or Extreme is what they wanted to aim for in difficulty of 24-man content.
We'll
and
never have enough people to do it, but we can always just like find a QN and see if we get anyone.
It is the Cloud of Darkness.
Not as you know her though. Oh no.
As you know her.
This looks fucking awesome.
Mr. Ozma has been working on this, and he basically said they were like, okay, we're gonna make it extreme level difficulty, but then it's Mr. Ozma, so it's like, I may have made it savage instead.
For him, he probably thought it was like normal difficulty.
Yeah. So we got to see some potential mechanics coming up, like this one, which you later then see evolve into this.
Yeah.
This is twisted 90 degrees.
E8S again.
Yeah.
I think it's E8S.
But it's very
E9S.
interesting.
E9S.
9.
Look, and she's even there.
Yeah.
She's there, and there are the 2 safe squares with 6 people each. I hope I'm on there. And then there are the middle ones, which are the horrible platforms that you have to.
They're the timed platforms, so you can only stand for a certain amount
And
of time.
those one, you see that one on the middle right? That's a 2-person one that you're going to have to do with some idiot who's going to stand too long on the platform.
Yep.
Do you think 14 players are ready to coordinate 23 other people?
No.
Nah.
I feel like Dimension A and the like is like, you can get through it because it's like, you just kind of do enough damage. It doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
On Savage, I mean, but if it's that tight as Savage on here, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I would be
see.
surprised if they make it that tight of a DPS check. I think it will be more about coordination.
Yeah. There's also.
I think it's just you die by attrition. I'd be surprised if there's much of an enrage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, that's the thing. I would. Yeah, an enrage would be surprising.
There's also an Atomos over here.
Mhm.
Don't know if there are
With a
2
weird
linked
line.
ones or if that means it's going to move over
But what
there.
does this
or,
mean? Does it suck us in, or
I mean, surely.
it's very intriguing. But there's
Atomos
not on
is
the
a
other
young
side.
sucking.
Well, it does go like this. There might be one here for all we know.
But not but the square. There'll be a square behind the boss too.
Oh yeah,
Because
true.
of the-
Yeah. Who knows? It looks exciting. It'll
Maybe
be a
you have
nightmare.
to have 12 people go onto one side and then 6 move to the other side through the Atomos.
Maybe
And 6 stay behind.
it's possible.
I'm intrigued by this fight. I'd like to try it, but I don't know how I'm
But
going to be able to try it.
This is exciting. I hope this works out. Like this is actually fun, and so because this brings up like other bosses from other alliance raids that we maybe want to see more of. Like, can you imagine? Who's a good alliance? Forgal. That's
That would be fun.
That would be.
He's way. People still die to him so much more than us.
Mela loves Forgal more than anyone I ever
I'm a
know.
Forgal guy.
I've ever known. But I think Evil East, man who talks a lot. What's the one? Shit.
Sid?
No, Sid.
Not Yasma.
Thunder God.
That
yeah.
is-
Oh,
So Sid.
Thunder God
Yeah.
Sid.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
like,
he's called. What is his actual full name?
Sidolphus.
Sidolphus. That's it.
I do like that fight, but it's also so long.
Yeah.
I think I'd get malaise doing it.
Oh, I loved it though. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool though.
There's a
What
lot
about
of.
Construct or what was it? Construct 7? Construct 9? I don't remember.
I want Chaotic Construct 7.
What about
quadratic equations now? No.
hey, what about angles? Yeah.
No,
No, not angles.
no, not him.
Yeah.
No one
What about
from there.
angles guy, chaotic angles.
No, no. Okay, moving on to the new Ultimate Raid.
Yay! World first race is back.
Yeah.
Something worth watching on Final Fantasy 14 Twitch, other than Speakers XIV, of
Yeah,
the best channel ever.
Very, very true, Mela.
that's so
Thumbs
true.
up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so there's some pictures for this. The new Ultimate Raid called Futures Rewritten Ultimate. So there's one of
It's
Thancred.
Thanjeet.
Thanjeet.
Fatebreaker.
Yeah.
He's the one that calls you a mean word in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there she is.
Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness.
Yep.
Which was a cool part to 12.
Yep.
It made the first part almost worth suffering through.
Yeah.
See this bit.
He made specific mention of spell in waiting for this. So that's something that I'm going to have to deal with.
I hate spell and waiting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was something interesting.
It is interesting. It's a cool mechanic. It's just very stressful to keep track of.
It's stressful because most of it's in the buffs again. It's a buff mechanic.
That's
Yeah.
one of the, I was going to say that's one of the weakest parts of spell and waiting. It's something that Mela and I have talked about a lot, is that we don't like having to watch your debuff counters all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's not it feels very false in its difficulty rather than having some sort of indicator.
Spell in waiting does have a visual indicator
only
above
in the
your
last
head.
5 seconds or so.
Yeah. Does it not have a I guess not during
It doesn't time down for 20 seconds.
No.
The whole
it
point of
shows
spell
you-
and waiting is it'll give half the party a 30-second one and half the party a 15-second one, and you have to make sure you coordinate correctly to either stack or go out or whatever.
Yeah. It shows an indicator when it's first cast on you, and then during the last 3 seconds as well,
something
maybe.
like that.
But that is better than nothing. I mean,
It's better than. I agree with that.
What's the one that was the last one of the first tier? Last tier of the raid that we were dealing with. That one's infamous. The moth lady.
Whatever that.
Athena.
I can't remember what hers was, but it was shit.
That one. That one's
super chain theory.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's too much. That one's annoying. Okay, moving on. Domin Mahjong is getting an update.
Yeah.
This is okay.
I know.
Hell
It's
yeah.
stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting voice reactions and commentary.
What's he gonna say? Oh, that's a cracking Ron.
Well, he did say that it was funny that some of the voice actors,
Fucking wrong.
some of the voice actors,
Bloody
have
hell.
have no idea what they're saying. So that's cool for the Mahjong players. If you like this,
Get off my shoulder! I'm fucking playing, dude. Shut up.
I think the people who really, really like Mahjong don't give a shit about Final Fantasy 14. It's just the best version of Mahjong they can play, so they pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
They don't know who Alpha No is. They story skip so they can play Mahjong. They don't want this
True.
little idiot child telling them, "Oh, nice Ron."
I don't even know if you have to story skip that much to get to Doma and Mahjong, because I don't think you have to get to Doma to do it. You can do it
That's true, just
pretty
Gold
much as
Saucer.
soon as you get to the Gold Saucer.
15, I
That's
think.
like
Level
level.
15, is that when you unlock the gold saucer? I
Between
don't remember.
15
I thought it was
30?
20, but
Oh, is it
Something like
20? Yeah, it might be 20. Okay, so that's cool for those of you that like Mahjong. This is probably a cool feature.
look at all those spaces. There's going to be
Yeah.
spaces for so many more. You'll be able to play Mahjong with the city-state leaders.
Oh,
that. That Ron's in my sights.
yeah. I love that. That would be great. Fuck. I want that, actually. I want Merlin.
Yeah, I knew I'd get you.
Fuck.
With Mahjong.
Okay. Housing update. This is huge.
This one's
Huge.
actually quite big.
He
Well,
talked.
part of it's huge, for sure.
He said that the exterior will still be limited to the housing district regions. Wait, does he? Yeah. Okay.
So They're making it so you can remodel the interior of your house.
But yeah, he said that they didn't want it to be the exterior will be limited still, but the interior they thought that's fine. We can change that. So introducing interior renovation, probably going to might be called something else in English, but that's what it's called in the Japanese client. So you see a list here, and obviously this list can be filled out. But to start with here, he said you can change it to match any of the other existing housing districts. So you don't have to. The pillars are very annoying. If you're in the
goblet, you can at least have like better standards inside.
Yeah. So he said, select interior designs from different residential areas, regardless of the location of your plot. And then he said, new interior designs will be added, and he showed us an example.
Oh god, they knocked out the supporting pillar.
Yeah. The pillars are gone, dude.
Structurally sound. What's the supporting?
The load-bearing pillar.
The load is unbared.
Yeah. It kind of looks wrong, but
it does look wrong. I like it for the most part. I think in a house this big, I don't think the clean sort of pine oak or whatever it is with the plain white everything looks that good.
But this is a massive. Remember, this is an empty. I mean, an empty house never looks good.
You can make this work for sure if you spruce it up.
Also,
it's great proverb, Lucio. That's a great.
Yeah. I seem to have missed the original picture, but you do know what a large house looks like. It has those pillars everywhere. They're all gone, which I think a lot of people will be happy with.
Even the ones along the walls, which is crazy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So you'll get a much cleaner look. I don't know.
I hate the wallpaper they chose.
Well, yeah, that's the default.
Goblet.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
I wish though that maybe because those top and bottom bits on the wall, I wish the wallpaper went all the way up. To be honest, but that's just how the game works.
I don't think any of the wallpapers are designed for that.
No.
I think they all need to account. I don't think that tall. I think one of the biggest issues I've noticed about this is obviously you can add more windows, but when you take away all of the other details on the side walls, it looks very singular window, one wall.
Yeah.
It's very naked.
Yeah.
Who designed this house?
That's the next part. I want to be able to change the upper floor of the large house to remove that stupid window.
The window's bad, but the alcove's nice. Where we have the tank.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, this comes with the usual speakers. 14 spaghetti. The fact that when you change your interior, all of your furniture will be moved to storage, and you will have to refurnish your home. It is definitely what's happening here. But I mean, you would have to furnish everything anyways, because this is a pretty massive change to the interior. So you could, hey, something. At least you can do this. I mean, this is if you really wanted to get rid of those pillars, it's worth it. I'm not going to do it.
What if your storage is full? I suspect it will function similarly to when you move, in that it will all be moved. You'll get additional storage for the temporary period before you place it all again.
Yes. They give you the interior changes for free. And then he said something very exciting. He said, once you enter a house, it's basically a different dimension. Right.
Which we've said since when?
Yeah, forever. And so he says, once you enter a small house, why can't it be a large size inside, like a TARDIS? He didn't say TARDIS, I added that. But he said that's something they're working on. That's not for 7.1, but it is coming. You can select, so in the future, you can select the internal size of your house. You can change it as often as you want. But it will cost gil. Gil, though. That's
a lot of gil.
Yes.
With what chat's saying, I would suspect because it costs money to increase the size of the interior, we'll have the storage capacity of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah.
It just essentially becomes a a mansion inside.
Yeah.
I hope I can downsize my mansion though. I want to live a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, Ryan.
Yeah,
I was thinking, can you make your mansion a small on the inside, and also does that also still cost an exorbitant amount of gil?
I should get money for downsizing, honestly.
Yeah, I don't see why you can't. So yeah, that would be interesting. That's good. I live in a small house in Mist. I would love to have that be just medium, without having to move, because I like where I am. You know?
Yeah, because I have a medium for my FC on Goblin, and I was like, I kind of like it being a medium.
Medium is
I don't know
very
if I
good.
want a large.
Perfect.
We used to have a medium. It was in Goblet, was it, Mela? I think so. I think it was in Goblet. And that was perfect size. Like, it's cozy enough. Like the FC house currently is big. We're not going to change it though. We're going to be big.
No.
Yeah.
The only thing I really love about larges is the little alcove at the top, at the halfway point of the staircase.
Yeah.
It's nice.
The upper
isn't it?
floor I find very strange.
It is, yeah. Okay, so there you go. That's big news for housing. Oh shit! No, he did show it. Okay, well that's what. There it is. That's what it normally looks like.
You can see that it looks much less sterile.
Yeah, you can see that. But you can also see how fucking busy the house is, like design-wise.
I mean,
you
I
don't
like
really
it,
get
but
a
it is
chance
true.
to personalize it yourself. You have to like work
It'd be nice
around.
if we could
Look at that ceiling, like all the shit coming down from the ceiling.
That's nice.
I mean, one of the biggest issues is that like you have, at least as of now, they have not increased the housing slots, so you'll have less. You have a more empty space to decorate with the same amount of housing items.
That is true. That is true. Okay. Then there was the shortest merch and product section of a live letter, I think, ever. They showed us this, which is the original soundtrack, 66 tracks, launches in NA/EU November 2024.
I love the Pictomancer replacement for the Meteon bird.
Yeah.
In the slide deck.
Includes a bonus item code for Zero, Wind Up Zero, I'm assuming.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
We don't. Just a reminder again for the Primals live in Japan thing, and that's I think. Oh no, and then also this.
Whoa!
Don't
worry, I've got the game for this all sorted.
Tabletop RPG. No, we're not going through this again. Or I always end up sticky somehow. So launches in NA and /EU February 28th, 2025. So get ready for some tabletop fun.
The fact that they've added a whole rulebook now instead of just a starter edition and had this, they've actually put some effort in.
Yeah. They've taken the feedback.
It's worth trying. It's a shame that it's that we can't all get around a table and play it.
There's Tabletop Simulator. Someone will port it, I'm sure.
They will, but it's still not as good as getting.
It's not ever going to be the same, but it'll be close.
Vacation in Ibiza. We'll record a
should we all go to Ibiza?
Not us going to Ibiza and doing a tabletop.
Final Fantasy 14 TT.
Waste of money to go to Ibiza just to play a tabletop RPG.
Because we're European.
Because it's Ibiza.
Yeah.
Not Georgie.
Georgie's. We've said this before. Australia's honorary European.
Yeah.
They're in Eurovision.
He's permitted to lisp.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
This isn't including all the other merch that they had at TGS, including the very cool Kryl Pictomancer t-shirt that Yoshi P was wearing.
I didn't put that in here.
The presentation.
That's cute.
It's very nice. Got nice colors on it.
And also the really tacky fan that I have already pre-ordered and will be arriving sometime next year.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. So there you go.
And then the miniature £40 Sega hardware series for miniature
consoles.
That's
not related to our game.
Are you just going on to other things?
It's TGS.
You're on Speakers of Heidelin Mailer right now.
It's
I mean, if you're going to import something, import the fucking coin, each of the city-state coin collection.
Yeah.
That they're re-releasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want that.
Okay, I think that's it.
The watches are not 14 related. We're not talking about those.
That is
I'm
very
not talking about
tempting
the
to
Or
talk about.
we can if you want, Likil. It's up to you.
Okay, well, we can say as we're wrapping up because we're at the end here. The 16 was also represented at TGS, and they have
announced a 16 law book in the style of Encyclopedia A.
That's cool. I like that.
It's cool, but I don't know if necessary. Tomes gives you every fucking piece of lore in the game.
Yeah,
That's fair.
And he's very good at it.
Yeah,
I don't think they've done it for any other Final Fantasy game too. It seems weird to do it for 16.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a CBU or a CS3 type thing they like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's just a bit odd.
Yeah, it's nice to have. You know, why do you buy merch? You know, like you just want to have something that's from the game, right?
Good question.
There's a watch collection that's been unveiled for 16. And there were 3 of them that were worth, what was it? What was the price of those?
$20,000 each.
$20,000 each. But then,
For
Rollo,
such quality.
there's
pittance.
one special one that's worth $200,000.
That's more like it.
Listen,
216K approximately.
the watch guy, the Swiss watch guy in our comments from like a year ago. Can
Yeah.
you like chime in on this one?
Can you tell us
When you
why?
made fun of us for saying a $20 watch too expensive?
You can literally get a house for that. So I don't know what on earth, what 16 player would buy this watch? Like, I don't understand, but I guess there is someone
Also-
out there. They did make it.
Well,
so.
If you are buying a watch
guy,
for
I can
that
say.
price, go for a more classic Swiss brand or something.
What is the
This
brand?
is from I can't remember the name of them, but they were formed in like '96 or something. They're not an old.
Oh, it's a
brand, they're
relatively new watch
Yeah.
maker. Are they Swiss?
not- I don't think. So.
I don't know. Frank Muller. It reads as German.
Frank Muller.
To be honest, I really like the 216,000 USD watch.
Oh, no, they are Swiss.
I wouldn't pay that much for it, but I would really like it. I want to know how the complication at the bottom part of the watch face works.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't explain. For those that don't know, a complication is an additional feature to a watch other than the ability
Oh,
to tell the time.
it's based in Geneva. So I mean, this is.
It
I
is
mean,
Swiss, yeah, they're Swiss. But
So it is a
says
Swiss
here their
watch.
total sales in 2010-11 were 290 million euros.
Oh
Not
my
bad, they're doing well for
God,
themselves.
They are doing well. Okay, well there you
Anyway,
go. So
if
it
you
is
want, Christmas
legit.
is coming up, so
This is above my tax bracket, man.
Guys, if you have
I mean-
200K to spare,
Invest in
This is like-
speakers.
Multiple years of my yearly income
yeah,
on one item.
that's
why
crazy.
get that watch when you can get like 200,000 gifted subs to Speakers XIV?
Remember, there you get bonus subs on top, so you know it's
Yeah,
worth
exactly,
it.
so-
You know. Okay, that's it for today,
If
folks.
there are any benefactors out there, please consider purchasing this for me.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Thank you. All right. On that note, that is the end. That's the end of this episode of Speakers of Eidolon, episode 421. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord and chat if you want to join our Discord server, and if you're watching on demand, link is in the description. Remember to send us mogmail, speakersXIV.com/mogmail. Give us, your views on, if you have anything to add about the live letter, let us know.
Don't send us an essay.
Don't send us essays about how much you hate Dawn Trail and how we should agree with you. We're over it now. Okay? All right, we'll see you in the poster if you're watching live. We'll be continuing our epic adventure on the James Cameron's Titanic. See you there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
God, what a sentence.